Sup? It's Hallie. Welcome back to our Take-Two stream series discussing the game and stuff. Let me just make sure some things are set up properly here. I tried to adjust, or earlier today I adjusted like my screen settings on this computer and it goofed some stuff up. Also, I need to put the chat where I can see it. There we go. Okay. I can see the game window, I can see the chat, I think we're all right. I just need to put up YouTube back there so I can see if there's any like problems or whatever. Okay, got the chat in front. I think we're ready to go. Picking up where we left off. Yeah, we just concluded that first club meeting.
But for now, this meeting is adjourned. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll have a new activity ready as well. Thank you all for coming.
Hello, Lorana3. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I'm guessing this time works a little better for you too, since you popped in kind of at the tail end of it last time. With that, everyone gets up and goes their separate ways, except Sayori, who approaches me expectantly.
Ready to head home?
Just as soon as you are. We gather our things and make our way out of the school. Now, if you do Sayori's route first, you're not going to notice it as much, because there's always this, like, after the club scene with Sayori, but, as part of her, like, being worried about her relationship status with MC, or, like, what the player has him doing, she's, like, always watching what is going on in the club with him, and that's why she always has something to talk to you about after school, depending on who you spent the day with.
I appreciate you spending time with me today, Hallie. It really means a lot to me.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, I know there are a bunch of other people you could have gone with instead.
Mm-hmm.
But you still picked me after all. I'm really grateful for that. Though I probably didn't make it very much fun for you.
Sayori, first of all, I don't expect you to entertain me or anything. That's just silly. Everyone has a bad day sooner or later. That's actually a snaky statement, because on every route there are 2 good days and 1 bad day. And they're positioned differently for each character. But yeah, this is an ironic 100% true thing he says. I love Sayori's welcome conversations. They're such a nice end to every day. Aw, I'm glad you like them. Secondly, you shouldn't be surprised I want to spend time with you. We've always been close like that. And finally, even if I did hang out with someone else, it wouldn't change anything between us. You'd still be my girlfriend. I'll always stay true to you.
That's good to hear. Well, if you decide you want to see me again tomorrow, then maybe we can do some stuff that's actually fun.
I'd love nothing more. Alright, so let's get that next Sayori scene. Got right in her poem. I'm not sure any of these are Sayori words. Yeah, no. I think this is actually no Sayori words whatsoever. I'll go with experience. You know, she jumped once for it. I do like that kind of wordplay, if I can call it that. I don't know what I would describe it as. Like, wordplay doesn't seem quite right, but yeah. Does it count as foreshadowing? I guess it kind of does. Well, let's see. Okay, now here's a Sayori word. That one's 100%. Oh, I need to keep an eye out for forgive. I hope I didn't miss it already. I'm not seeing forgive. I'll pick warm. Friends. Forgive. We're probably past the point where it would activate. That's okay. Is marriage a Sayori word? Is that Natsuki? No, it's Sayori. Oh, I think sing was a Sayori word that could not be a TIFF word because it was already a Sayori word. Yup. It's clever, you can call it that. Thanks. At least I'd like to think it's clever. I feel a little dumb talking about this in this stream series because it's like... I don't like to come off as like egotistical or anything, but like I did put a lot of stuff into this and like some of it I feel is more obvious than others. Oh, imagination was Yuri. Whoopsies, that's okay. We're keeping Sayori jumping. Is flower her or is that you? I can't remember. We're gonna find out. It was Sayori. Okay. Fear, that's Sayori. Is anxiety Sayori? Nope, that one's Yuri. Just Yuri, enough for Yuri. There's forgive, showing up way too late in the poem to matter. Defeat is Sayori. Shiro jumps too. Hehe. Isn't love Natsuki, or is love a Sayori word? No, it's a Sayori word. She really does love those basic words, man. Lazy. Oh, everyone's always fun. I love that they all jump, but it's a Monica word. It's just fun. Cheer? Yeah. And dream. There you go. Sayori, we've got her again. I yawn and turn over, feeling groggy. Is it morning already? I grab my watch off the nightstand and check the time. It's about 10 minutes before I need to get up. I shut off the alarm since I'm already awake. I crawl out of bed and get ready for school. I'm just stepping out the door when I see Sayori approaching my house.
Oh, hi, Holly.
Hey Sayori, good to see you up already. Are you feeling better today?
Yeah, a lot better. I was hoping to surprise you.
She actually was. Like, the whole reason you find her as soon as you come out of your house is because she was coming over to attempt to do what she does the next day. Sayori's rule of thumb was words with emotion, but then she has some sneaky words. Well, of course she does. Well, you know I'm always happy to see you in the morning.
Yay!
Are you ready to go to school?
You know it. Let's have an awesome day.
We head out on our way. For once, there's no sense of urgency since we're actually on time. Sayori hums a little tune as we walk. She's in her usual high spirits, but it feels different somehow. Perhaps more genuine? Anyway, it's good to see her doing well. We arrive at school before we know it. This little scene prior to school is like short and sweet and to the point, and it's mostly just setting up for like later in the week and also showing that like Sayori is actually doing a bit better. Like she's not just faking it all the time. The school day passes quickly and I make my way to the club room. I can hear voices from inside carrying into the hall. Is somebody arguing? I hurry in to see what's up.
Look, I'm not saying that books have nothing to offer, just that games have something more.
Well, I wonder if you're as imaginative as you say you are, because the experience a book can offer is limited only by what you can picture in your mind.
You just get more intriguing all the time. Oh, hey, Hallie, didn't see you come in.
What was that all about?
That? I was just talking to Yuri. We were discussing the merits of video games over books.
Looked like she got a little huffy.
Well, she admitted she never really plays games. I was just trying to explain.
Explain what? That video games are better because they aren't boring? Of course you pissed her off. Books are everything to Yuri. You know that if you spent even 5 minutes listening to her.
Hey, I was only sharing my perspective. It was a friendly chat.
And that's why she walked out of it, right?
Guys, calm down. It's okay to have different interests. It doesn't mean we can't all get along.
I can get along just fine, but you...
What? If you have a problem with me, just say it.
You really want to know?
Guys! If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Good old Thumper's rule.
Whatever, I'm gonna go read. If you're smart, you'll follow suit.
Yeah, sure.
Natsuki heads over to the closet, muttering. Sayori gives me a wary smile. Let's see. Any story a book can tell can be told through a game. Maybe suboptimal in some cases. Well, it's just like a different kind of medium, you know? Because, like, heck, one of my favorite video game stories is the Subspace Emissary from Brawl, which is told with no words at all. And yeah, it's a silly story, but but it's fun. It's not like I wouldn't hold it up there with, like, Shakespeare or anything. Let's see. I remember the first time I read this scene, I was literally saying exactly what Natsuki says in my head before she was saying it. I understand he wants to talk to Yuri, but that was such a weird way to do it. Yeah, Natsuki is looking out for Yuri as hard as possible. She doesn't trust him, and, you know, it's like perfectly understandable. Natsuki heads over to the closet, muttering. Sayori gives me a wary smile. Before anything else can be said, Monica comes in.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Are you practicing piano again? No, actually, I had a bit of, homework to catch up on.
So this is her just, like, trying to code stuff. That becomes a lot more obvious as Friday approaches. To be fair, everyone are Pt.2 defensive about their preferred medium in the club. They really are, aren't they? They've got, like, some real insecurity about the things they like to read.
I need it done by Friday, so I can't let it go for too long.
Huh, seems like, or unlike you to be concerned about homework.
It's kind of a project. I'm not that familiar with the material, so it's tricky. But I'm sure I'll get it done in the meantime.
Heyo, sorry for being late again.
That's what I said.
Gosh, Tiff, did you have homework to catch up on too?
Huh? No, I'm just not used to having an after-school activity yet. I'll get the hang of it soon, don't you worry.
Well, now that everyone's here, you can do whatever you like. I have another activity for us later, but just enjoy yourselves for now.
Looks like I'm on my own. I gaze around the room, contemplating my next move. I head over to Sayori again to see if she's feeling any better today. When I approach, she notices me right away.
Hallie, you came back!
Did you think I wouldn't? She actually did.
I don't know, it can be hard to tell sometimes.
Well, I'm here now, so is there anything you'd like to do?
Actually, yeah. After last time I got an idea. Since I'm not really sure what kinds of literature I'm into, I thought it might be fun to see what kinds the others enjoy.
Huh, so you want to visit with the rest and try some new things?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think?
That could be interesting. I only have a vague idea myself.
Great. Who should we pick first? Besides Monica, I've seen the stuff she reads before. It's boring.
Okay, let's see. I want to say this line used to be delivered differently. I changed it this way because of like her strained relationship with Monica, but this is still basically the same excuse she gave, just with a different context, I guess. But anyway, who should we pick, guys? Who should we go for? We do eventually do all four of them, so it kind of doesn't matter, but I'll let the chat pick. I need to wait like that solid 30 seconds for the stream delay. And for somebody to work up the nerve, I guess. That's true, too. I'll keep this up. I'll annoy you with this noise until you choose one. Lorana says Tiffany. Alrighty. I can't help but notice you retread the exact same structure from the OG each day of intro scene, route scene, and outro scene. Pretty much, yeah. I try to like keep it fresh and relevant, but I definitely follow that structure. And I mean, that's how the original game basically worked too. But anyway, Tiffany, let's see if Tiff has any suggestions.
I'm not sure. She said she doesn't read much.
Well, she might have something for you anyway. You never know.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go talk to her.
We walk over to Tiffany, who's bobbing her head to a beat when we arrive. She takes out her earbuds when she spots us. So, fun little fact about Tiff here. If you choose her first, on either of Sayori's days, she'll have her hazy eyes, but if you choose her second, she will not, because time will have passed and the effect will have worn off. How about that?
Heyo, Sayo. What's up, Hallie? Is something going on?
Nah, nothing big.
Oh, and what brings you over here?
I'm doing something a bit different today.
We're helping Sayori expand her literary horizons.
Oh, really? How so?
By seeing the kind of stuff everyone else likes and trying it for ourselves.
Interesting. That's a good way to do it. But I don't know if I can really help. I told you I don't read much.
Yeah, but you're into music and lyrics and stuff, right?
You better believe it. Just now I was jamming to some tunes for inspiration.
Oh, for what?
To write my own songs, of course.
Ooh, can you tell me about that?
If you want, I'm not so good at it. Maybe I could show you some of the exercises I do instead.
You want to work out?
Don't be so dumb, Sayori.
Writing exercises, Sayo. You know, I like rap, so being able to rhyme is practically essential. I have some ways I'll work on that on my own, but since there's 3 of us, let's try this.
Any effect on dialogue when she's still under influence? A little bit. Like, I was going to talk about it more once we got to her route, but like whenever she's under the influence like this, her mouths are actually smaller, and so it's like she's expressing herself more quietly. And I try to do more like trail offs and like periods instead of exclamation points and things because she's like mellow during that time. But outside of that, it doesn't really affect the dialogue per se.
I'll say a word to Holly, and he has to think of one that rhymes. Then he chooses one for Sayo, and she does the same. And finally, Sayo picks one for me. How's that sound?
Great, let's do it.
Okay, we'll start with power. Pick a word that rhymes with it, Holly.
A word that rhymes with power? You know, I could let you guys choose all these, but I think that would kind of just drag things out. So I'm gonna pick them instead. Dower.
Hey, I'll brighten you up.
Now you pick one for Sayo to rhyme.
Just any word, huh? Passion's actually kind of a funny one.
Fashion.
Which you have no sense of?
Hey, don't be mean. My bow is very stylish. Now I gotta choose one for Tiff. Let's see. Oh, what rhymes with excitement?
I'd say indictment.
That is subtle and brilliant. Aw, thanks, man. You don't gotta glaze me like that, though. I intentionally did this one because, like, if you don't know how indictment is pronounced, then it won't rhyme for you. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes.
That's a word.
It sure is. Heads up, Holly. Rhyme with shout.
A rhyme for shout? Easy. Route.
Think you're going somewhere.
Okay, Sayori. Let's see you rhyme... nervous.
You can't stop me. I'm impervious.
That was a bit of a stretch.
She says that for each of these, but everything that she comes up with to rhyme with those words is actually a bit of a stretch.
Alright then, how about I give you a really hard one? Just try to rhyme, unrequited.
Here we go again. Yet another. If you think it's like unrequited or something, you're not going to get this rhyme.
Why, Sam, I'd be delighted.
Well, are you gonna...
I just did.
That's half-assed. Get her habit busted. Get what? What's half-assed? Oh, her? The rhyme she tried to do?
But you said...
Here, let's do something a little different. We'll think of as many words we can that rhyme with the same. 3 apiece, since this one's easy. Try sly guy.
Okay. Sigh, lie, bye.
Die, cry, die.
I got dragged for that one.
Why, high sky.
Vi, fi, rye.
Fly, fly, and, kunai.
Although Fly Kunai has lost his interest in Doki Doki, basically, as far as I can tell, I still appreciate him, or that he covered Take 2 enough back in the day to leave that reference to him in.
I think that's enough. You both did great.
I was replying to Agent Gold. Oh.
That was fun. No wonder you like the rhyme.
It can be pretty tough sometimes, too. I mean, little one-offs are easy enough. But finding the right words to deliver a message and make it rhyme, that gets tricky. So was that any help on your literature quest?
I don't know. That's hard to say. It's not like we read anything.
Well, next time you write a poem, maybe see if it's any easier to make it rhyme.
Okay, good idea. Thanks for sharing, Tiff.
No problem, Sayo. Have a nice one.
Alright, so who's next then? Now we can't pick Tiff anymore. We gotta go with some other loser. I probably should have asked in anticipation of the menu appearing due to stream delay. But you know, it's whatever. We got 2 hours. Who really cares? None of the others have any early or late features the way Tiff does. They're all basically the same scene, no matter what order you choose them in. Seth says Yuri. Alright, we'll go Yuri. Let's ask Yuri. Nobody's more into literature than her.
Boy, is that ever true. I'm sure she can help me out.
I like how rhyming is always Tiff's thing. Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of debatable whether she really likes rap or she just likes rhyming a lot. We make our way over to where Yuri is reading quietly. Naturally, she's completely focused on a book when we approach, so Yuri tries to get her attention.
Hey, Yuri.
Sayori, did you need something from me?
Kinda, yeah. I was hoping you could recommend a book to me.
A look of surprise crosses Yuri's face as her eyes widen a little.
Oh, why, I'd love to. Do you know what kind of stories you like?
Not exactly. I know I like things bittersweet.
Bittersweet. I have a few ideas already. Would you like to accompany me to the library after the meeting?
That could be nice sometime, but it doesn't do much for me right now.
I suppose not.
What about that book you're reading?
Portrait of Markov. I'm not sure it would suit you. It gets quite dark at times.
Well, I'm trying new things, so it couldn't hurt to give it a chance.
You may if you like. I certainly won't stop you.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, if you don't mind.
I feel like it bears mentioning that because Take-Two follows off of the original game's storyline and not the side stories storyline, the scenes from the side stories where Yuri and Sayori bonded over, like, Yuri's fantasy interests would not have happened. Or at least, that's my personal interpretation, that they wouldn't have happened precisely that way. So that's why, like, this interaction might have gone differently if those scenes were canon to it, but I don't consider them to be.
Don't worry, I can remember my place. Here, have a look.
Yuri passes the book to Sayori. It looks like the one she gave me last week. Ah, and this line changes if you read with Yuri in Act 1, which we ended up not doing. It only counts the choices you make in Act 1 itself, so the Act 2 scenes do not trip the flag that would make this statement change. And because MC did not read Markov with her in our playthrough, he doesn't know what the book is like. He's like, oh, that's that one she gave me that I didn't touch again. There's an ominous eye symbol on the cover. She mentioned liking horror. Is this gonna scare Sayori? Not that I can stop her at this point. She's already reading through it. I take a seat and zone out for a bit. Sayori's been at it for a while now. Yuri has been watching her, seeming to read alongside her. Every now and then, Sayori pauses to ask about a word she's unsure of, which Yuri happily explains. Eventually, it occurs to me I could be reading my own copy in the meantime. Suddenly, Sayori lets out a gasp. She must have read a frightening part.
Oh no, that's so horrible. How could they do that to her? Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I don't think I can handle this.
That's all right. I know it's a little intense.
A little? Gosh, I'd be scared to see what you call a lot.
It's okay. I'm proud of you for trying it out. Perhaps you could find something more to your liking.
That's alright. I think I've read enough.
Are you sure? I have other books I could show you.
The biggest plot twist would be if Portrait of Markov is a cookbook. Now, we're not that To Serve Man book from, what was it? I don't remember. What was that story called? I can't remember what it was. I just remember that was the big twist.
Yeah, I'm just trying a bunch of different things for now. Not only books, but all kinds of literature. I really appreciate the offer, though.
I see. Very well, there's no harm in exploring your options. If you're ever curious about more books, I'll be happy to share.
Aw, thanks, Yuri. I'll take you up on that library trip someday.
That would be wonderful. We can go anytime you like. Whenever works for you, Sayori, just let me know.
Will do. See you around.
Well, how do you think that went?
Pretty good. I feel like I have a better idea already.
Do you want to talk to anyone else, or?
I think we're running out of time for today. Maybe we can ask the rest tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. As if to confirm what Sayori said, Monica stands up to make another announcement.
Okay, everyone. It's time for our next activity. Sayori, could you help me arrange some discs really quick? Hallie, would you mind doing that for me?
Sure, no problem. So, prior to the Act 7 demo, Sayori went along with this request. No problem, she just helped her move the desks. But in this one, Sayori's like, on the outs with Monica. She's like, nah, make the man do it instead. Did the side stories happen in the interview club world, or were details just imported from them? I think I only imported details from them because the interview club also follows off of, like, just the canon events of DDLC as we know them. So since that would have to be a separate timeline, I only changed the answers that would, like, relate to the factoids we learned about the Dokis in the side stories. So no, they're not canon to that. Monica and I adjust the layout of the room until 7 desks are forming a circle. Monica gestures for everybody to take a seat before sitting down herself.
Alright, so normally in the club we all go our separate ways and read whatever suits our fancy. But I thought it might be fun if we read a book together for once. I tried to pick a title that's suitable for the whole group.
Monica holds up the book she selected for the rest of us to see.
You only have one copy? How are we all supposed to read that together?
Simple. We'll be taking turns reading it aloud. Just do a few pages and pass it to the next person.
What? That's dumb.
I think it's a great idea.
I guess it could be fun. I'm glad to hear at least some of you are interested. Just like yesterday, I'll start us off. Ahem.
Monica reads through the introduction, speaking clearly for all of us to hear. It seems to be a light fantasy novel, nothing too far in any extreme. I guess she chose it to avoid alienating anyone, but I wonder if the content will hold up. It isn't long before she stops and sets the book down, keeping her place with her finger.
There, see? It's not so bad. Who'd like to go next? I'll give it a try.
Gingerly, Sayori takes the book from Monica. The side story strongly implies that its events are separate from the main story. Character facts probably hold up, so I'd say you're doing it right. Oh yeah, like, there are things that happen in the side stories that outright contradict, events in DDLC. And, like, there's a metaverse email that makes note of this as well. So it really does indicate that, like, it's just two separate runnings of the simulation. And I guess it would take it that the side stories is what happens if Monica does not get the epiphany. But anyway.
Let's see. Where did you leave off? Right here.
Just, like, zips over and, like, would point at the line on the book.
Oh, okay. Hey, thank you.
DDLC theory of everything. Sayori reads quickly, but a bit clumsily. She stumbles over some of the bigger words and has a few slip-ups here and there. After an especially botched pronunciation, Yuri suddenly speaks up.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Huh? Which part?
Just the last word.
Oh, you mean incongruent?
Oh, that can't be right. Are you sure it's not incongruent?
I don't know. Some of these words are a little hard for me. Oh, sorry, I guess I should have picked something easier.
She's mad.
It's not like I can't handle it. I mean, just because I'm bad with big words.
I probably won't do much better with this being my second language and all.
At least you have an excuse. I'm just kind of stupid.
You're all right, Sayo. Don't be so hard on yourself.
This line, kind of only makes sense in the context of DDLC being, like, translated to English. Like, I still don't go out of my way to, like, indicate what languages they're speaking versus reading. But, like, yeah. It's like they're all speaking in English, but it's implied just by this that they're speaking in Japanese.
Oh, thanks anyway. I think I've read enough. Who else wants to go?
I guess I might as well.
Tiffany takes the book from Sayori and picks up where she left off. She reads slower, but also more carefully and precise. It's not that Tiff is a slow reader, it's that she's reading, like, a language that's less familiar to her. Her mild southern accent adds a bit of flair to the reading. She's well-spoken, but eventually comes to an abrupt halt. And see, here's where I just, like, added it as a canon fact. This was actually something that ended up coming from Spaghetto, because whenever he first did, the festival demo of Take-Two, he wasn't sure what voice to give Tiff until she said y'all. And he was like, oh, I can just make her, like, a little southern. And I was like, alright, you know what, that fits. That's fine.
Stuck on something. Afraid so, yeah. What is this word here?
Let's see. Her second language, which she manages to speak in an imperfect accent. You shush! I can willingly suspend disbelief on the language topics. I write it similarly when I write for this world. I think it's fun to do stuff like that. Just, like, kind of imply and leave it open to interpretation, even though there's, like, one interpretation that's, like, obviously more accurate.
Afraid so, yeah. What is this word here? Let me take a look. Oh, that would be effulgent. It's one of my favorites. I don't even know what that means. It describes an expression that shines brightly, like an exuberant smile or gleeful eyes. I'll take your word for it, in fact. Would you like to continue from here? I suppose I could.
Yuri cautiously takes the book from Tiffany. She seems nervous just holding it. After a deep breath and a brief pause, she resumes the reading. This is one of my favorite Yuri moments in this mod. She's so soft-spoken that it's difficult to hear her. As she continues on, her voice grows ever quieter. Eventually, it tapers off completely and we're all sitting in silence. No one seems sure of what she's doing. Yuri appears to be enraptured by the book. It's hard to tell if she's still reading, but then she casually turns the page. Finally, Natsuki decides to say something.
Yuri?
No response as her eyes continue to flit across the page.
Hey, Earth and Yuri, do you copy?
Yuri is startled out of her trance. She looks around hastily.
Was I not speaking?
Not at all, dummy. You got completely absorbed.
Oh, I'm sorry. At least we know you like the book. Well, it's entertaining so far. Where did I stop narrating?
Now give me that. I'll find it.
Natsuki takes the book from Yuri, who's even more embarrassed than before. Tiffany gives her a pat on the shoulder and a gentle smile. It seems to help a little.
Alright, I got it. I guess I'll go next.
Natsuki reads more quickly and loudly than anyone so far. Her tone suggests she's just trying to get it over with, but she's reading well regardless. Peak Yuri writing. I don't know, it might be a little cliche, but I just think it's so adorable. She even manages a few words I don't recognize. Does she only write simpler things on purpose? Perhaps this shouldn't be relatable and yet. In spite of her delivery, my mind begins to wander as she continues. I'm starting to lose interest in the novel. Oh, hold on, I wanted to note this line right here. Does she only write simpler things on purpose? I put this in because, like, at least for my personal interpretation of Natsuki, I think she's, like, smart enough to, like, well, I wouldn't say she's, like, quite as smart as Yuri, or, like, certainly not as wordy, but, like, just because she writes simple poems doesn't mean she, like, is a simple person or can't comprehend, like, complex topics. Like, the simplicity of her writing is, like, part of her style and not part of her person, necessarily. Basically, Natsuki's not dumb. Yeah, in spite of her delivery, my mind begins to wonder as she continues. I'm starting to lose interest in the novel. Suddenly, a familiar sound snaps me back into reality. The sound of my name.
And then, Hallie took the book and started reading his part. Because it was his turn.
Natsuki holds the book out to me expectantly.
Don't me. Take it and read already.
What part am I reading from exactly?
I knew it. You weren't paying attention at all. I wonder how many of our poems you glazed over last week, too.
Hey, that's not... And that is like a completely baseless accusation from her. Before I can say anything back, Shiro pilfers the book from over Natsuki's shoulder.
Mind if I have a go instead?
Oh, whatever. I don't care either way.
Then without further ado...
Shiro begins reading in a rich, distinct voice. He doesn't falter at all in his presentation. However, once he gets to the character dialogue, he starts to put on a different voice for each one. His range is decent, and he's managing a variety of voices along with his narration, but it's also kind of cringe.
Would you knock that off?
Excuse me?
Just read it like a normal person. Ugh!
Well, I'm sorry for trying to add a little personality to it.
It doesn't need personality. You can already hear it on your own. Seriously, if you just want to goof around, then why are you here?
Natsuki, that's...
No, I mean it! Why do we even let this nerd in when he's clearly not interested in literature?
Oh, were you so sure? Did I not say enough before?
About what? Your games and such? That stuff that isn't related to literature at all? I know why you're really here. In fact, I'm sure everyone does.
Oh yeah? And what reason would that be?
Natsuki writing.
Well, obviously it's...
Natsuki, please calm down.
Huh? Yuri, I'm doing this for your sake.
No, but she's right. Let's all just calm down.
Relax, guys. This isn't how a club should be. And isn't that right, Moni?
How did this mess start all of a sudden? Just like that, everyone's on edge, and I'm not sure who to address first. There must be a way to defuse the situation, but who could use a hand the most? I guess I should stick with my route. Help Sayori. I'm with Sayori. We all need to chill out. Even if something has you worried, we can talk about it calmly instead.
Yeah, Hallie, that's exactly right. Natsuki, whatever's on your mind, just say it. Don't shout it.
It looks as though we stole all Natsuki's thunder. She avoids eye contact with the rest of the group.
Oh, just forget it. You were right before, Sayori. If I can't say anything nice, then I shouldn't speak at all.
One by one, everyone's dragged into it. Heck yeah, they are.
Well, it's important for you to be comfortable too, so it's okay to voice your concern if you have one.
No, it's... whatever. I said forget it, okay?
I have a feeling that we all know what Natsuki's worried about, but she's refusing to say any more.
Well, you can always confide in us later too, if you want.
Yeah.
Natsuki exits the conversation and heads over to gather her stuff. It's about time for the meeting to end anyway. Back when I was first writing the scene and making that menu, I wasn't really sure how exactly it would turn out because I didn't want the responses to be samey, but I do think I did a decent job of having the conflict resolve one way or another in each one without them resolving in exactly the same way. And you do kind of get more information or less depending on who you choose and how they handle the conflict themselves. I think that's the best approach of writing scenes where everyone are supposed to be in. Everyone should have a part, even if a little. Yes, I agree. Sayori gives me a thankful smile before running off to do the same.
It looks like you got out of reading this time, Hallie.
Trust me, it wasn't my intent.
That's okay. Things happen. Maybe we'll get the chance to continue this another time. But for now, see you all tomorrow.
Tiff bringing Monica in just for Monica to panic about being involved in the fight is a nice touch to her to how she is with conflict. Yes, exactly. And it also reflects on Tiff because, like Sayori, she really likes to keep the peace and have everybody get along. So that's why she felt the need to speak up, and she's just basically appealing to authority without knowing that Monica struggles with this sort of thing.
Ready to go, Hallie?
Yeah, I've had enough excitement for one day. We make our way out of the club and start toward home.
Thanks for spending time with me again today, Hallie. It was a lot more fun than last time, right?
I think so. Did you enjoy your time with the other club members? Every little detail adds up. That's what I like to do.
I had lots of fun rhyming with Tiff. Do you think I should take her advice and make a rhyming poem next time?
That's up to you. I'm sure I'd like it either way.
Well, Yuri's book was a little too scary. But it was nice that she wanted to visit the library with me.
I think you might have made her day just by asking. So these little bits right here, this one with Tiff and this one with Yuri, it was kind of tough to write these because I had to write them generically enough that they could follow off of this statement no matter what order you did them in, because the order you get them is the order of the things you choose. So this conversation could well, it's going to be the same words each time, but they're basically how's that go? It's 6 possible combinations, maybe more if you reverse the orders. 12 possible combinations. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's why that dialogue might be a little bit awkward. I think you might have made her day just by asking.
Do you think we can talk the rest tomorrow?
Maybe. Depends on how things go.
Hope to see you then, Hallie.
Oh, we'll see you, Sayori. Don't you worry. We're not gonna be mixing routes just yet. Jakes. Oops, that was too cute. Hey, there's Effulgent. It looked like the game bugged out and I couldn't tell if Sayori jumped or not. I should probably pick Sayori words. Let's see. Wait, no. Clouds is Natsuki. Rain Clouds is Sayori. Love. That's bland and generic enough for Sayori. I need to keep remembering to keep an eye out for Forgive. Let's see. I was just questioning earlier today whether feisty was an F-I-E word or an F-E-I word. And now that I see it here, I was right to question it because they spelled it F-I-E. Anyway. Sunny. Spades. Ohio, Hallie-chan. Ohio means Ohio. Yes, Ohio is the state next to mine. But there are lots of states next to Ohio. I think Fireflies is Natsuki. Let's find out. Nope, it's Sayori. There's Forgive. Late to the party again. Everyone. Let's see. Happiness. Depression. You didn't pick it for Yuri, did you? Clumsy. And everything? Nope, that's a Monica word. Sayori still hopped though. Cry. Laugh? Yeah. Doing great. Childhood. Excitement. Getting closer. We've probably already got it, but whatever. Lazy. Suicide. Oops, no, suicide is you? Okay, fine. Smile. We'll wrap it up with fear. There has to be someone finicky enough to make a version of Poem Game that shows at least one word for each character for every page. I'm sure there are ways to do it. I just let it be because it just picks them all at random. And I also tried to make sure there were enough words for everybody. It's actually really rare not to get a Sayori word because she likes so many words. I want to say she has the most words out of anyone in the original game, and Natsuki has the fewest. But yeah, with like 16 possibilities, there's usually like a couple for each person at least. I struggle with the words like cosine to this day. I can never tell if it's Monica or Shiro. Well, sine and cosine are in there because of Monica's poem where she uses those words. I can't remember which one. I think it was hole in wall, maybe? Can't recall. I wake up feeling rested. That's pretty rare for me. In fact, it seems a little too good to be true. I grab my watch and check the time. If I wasn't awake before, I sure am now. I overslept by almost an hour. What happened to my alarm? Dingus. Then I remember that I shut it off yesterday when I woke up early. Crud. Ugh, I'm gonna be so late. I hastily get dressed. I think I'll have to skip breakfast today. But when I open my bedroom door, I'm greeted with a familiar scent and sound. You should get one for everyone just relying on randomness, but sometimes it'll miss. I do not know if it'd be worth the effort of enforcing it or not. I don't think it's really worth it because, because of the way the poem game is structured, it kind of doesn't matter. Like, even if there aren't words for everyone, you can still get a word that's, worth 2 points for somebody. And as long as you're, on the right track, you can still find, words relative to them that will keep them hopping. And, particularly in Take-Two, it's not a big deal. But it was, slightly more fun in Plus because there were achievements tied to getting perfect poems for people. And, Natsuki's is the most difficult just because there's a higher likelihood that you're not going to get one of her words. But I think it also bears mentioning that the way the poem game normally works, words are only used once. They get blammed from the list every time they appear. So if you got a solid block of Natsuki words and you can only pick one of them, that's that many more Natsuki words that aren't going to appear for the rest of the poem game. But anyway, is that bacon sizzling?
Good morning, Holly.
Out of nowhere, Sayori bounds into view. I'm so surprised that I stumble back into my room. Sayori, what are you doing here?
You got help earlier this week when I was late, so I decided to do the same for you. But you looked so adorable just snoozing away, so I let you sleep after all.
Well, I appreciate the thought, but now we're both going to be late. We have to get a move on.
Not until you eat your breakfast.
You cooked for me, too?
Yeah. It's the least I can do for my helpful boyfriend. We have to look after each other, it's only right.
I can't argue with that. Still, I'm pretty stunned she'd be willing to go to such lengths for me. I guess she really does love me that much. Wow, Sayori, I don't know what to say, except thank you.
Well, that's all you need to say.
So what did you make?
Just bacon, eggs, and toast. Nothing special.
Nothing special. That's way more than I'd expect. But, who's watching the kitchen right now?
Nobody?
Suddenly, the smoke alarm starts going off.
No!
Sayori dashes off to the kitchen with me right behind her. This is the only way this scene can resolve, even if it's totally cliche.
Oh no!
The bacon is shriveled and black and the toaster has caught fire.
What do we do?
You turn off the stove, I'll unplug the toaster. Sayori gets the bacon pan off the stove while I cut the toaster's power. The bread inside is burning, so I go to the closet for a fire blanket to smother it. I legit, did not know if fire blankets were a thing until I started writing this, and I was like, you can get a regular blanket to do it too, but there are blankets specifically designed for putting out fires to smother them. Before I can return with it, Sayori has already pulled out the fire extinguisher. Oh, and I guess this is also kind of super duper slightest bit of foreshadowing for when they get fire blankets later in the mod. Sayori, wait! Whoosh! The fire is put out as a wave of white foam covers the toaster and the wall, counter, and cabinets around it. How did she mess up the toaster? Oh, that's not so hard to mess up. You just leave it on too long.
I got it.
Thanks, Sayori. I shut off the smoke alarm and Sayori helps me wipe up the mess. Luckily, nothing else is burning. The kitchen seems no worse for wear, but we're both a bit frazzled from the ordeal. With that mess taken care of, I breathe a sigh of relief and look over at Sayori.
At least the eggs survived. I'm sorry I almost burned down your house.
It wasn't that bad. Not like that time at your place.
Don't remind me. Oh, I can't believe I screwed this up.
It's okay, Sayori. It's the thought that counts. And I'm glad you were thinking of me.
Oh, you really mean that?
Of course I do. I give Sayori a reassuring hug and she hugs me back. Here, let's eat what's left of our breakfast.
Okay.
We enjoy our eggs and head off to school. We're late again, but we couldn't care less. After another uneventful day of classes, it's finally time for the club again. I don't hear any bickering as I approach, so hopefully it's alright today. I come in to find that things are business as usual. Sayori waves at me energetically. Natsuki and Yuri are in their typical spots. Shiro is on his laptop again, while Tiffany and Monica are nowhere to be found. Every toaster I've ever had just pops up when it's done, lol. Oh, well, there are other kinds of toasters. Like, some of them are more like toaster ovens as opposed to like the pop-up toasters. Those are the kinds that where if you leave them on too long or like turn the dial too far, you can get charcoal or like a house fire out of them.
Hey yo, I didn't miss anything, did I?
Hi Tiff, is that a new record for you?
Haha, it just might be. Gosh, looks like I even beat Nona here this time.
Yeah, she said she'd be up or probably be late today.
And she's still working on that project.
I think so, but she didn't really mention why. It must be something big to keep her so busy.
She's suspicious.
Well, she said it's due tomorrow, didn't she?
What's there tomorrow? Oh, there you are.
Well, we were talking about your special project.
Oh, yes, I have to get it done by tonight or it'll be too late. Which reminds me, I hate to do this, but we'll be cutting the club meeting short today. Oh, why's that?
I think it's funniest if we leave it ambiguous. It is kind of funny.
I can't risk not finishing it, so I need to allow myself as much time as possible. But you can still hang out for a while, so don't worry about that. We just won't have any group activities to do later, that's all.
Well, don't worry about a thing. I'm sure you'll do great on your project.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I really have my fingers crossed on this one. But let's all just enjoy the club for now.
Everyone goes their separate ways. I pause for just a moment before choosing what to do. I head over to see Sayori once more.
Yay, you're back again, Holly!
As if there was any doubt, do you want to try any more literature options today?
You bet! Who else do we have to choose from?
There's still a couple we can talk to. Who should we ask about literature? There's only one more choice left to make, guys. Is it gonna be Natsuki or the fat guy? Pick one. Pick. The smallest or the largest. You must choose. Will it be flat justice or thickness for the win? Did you know you can also navigate to these things with the arrow keys? Natsuki. Very well. Let's talk to Natsuki. Manga should be good to ease into.
You wanna know?
What can I say? It's my only area of expertise.
Yeah, really?
We make our way over to the closet to pester Natsuki. When we arrive, she's busy organizing her manga. She doesn't notice us at first.
This goes here, and that's supposed to be there.
Hi, Atsuki.
Sayori, Holly, what the heck do you two want?
I'm going on a book adventure.
Okay.
And she means she's trying out some new types of literature. We were hoping you could show her some manga.
I thought you'd never ask. I'm sure you can find something suited to your tastes.
Again, going off of the side stories not having happened as shown, their bonding moments over manga have not occurred.
Just have a look in here. Let me know if anything catches your interest.
Natsuki gestures into the closet where countless volumes of manga line the shelves.
Wow, so many to choose from. Are there any in particular you'd recommend?
Well, of course there's Birthday Girls, but are you sure you want to start with the best? It'd be a shame if the others were let down after reading that.
What do you think, Allie? Have you read any of it?
Never heard of it. Sounds like it's...
Don't even finish that sentence. I can already tell you're just gonna judge it.
Oh, that's right. When we did Act 1, because we were mashing through the poems, we actually just got a full Sayori route and didn't read with either of them, so he doesn't know what Parfait Girls is either.
She can see for herself just how great it is.
Natsuki hands over the first volume to Sayori. She admires the cutesy cover art. She opens the graphic novel and tries to begin reading, but she's not one page in before Natsuki speaks up.
Hold on, you've got it backwards, dummy.
So this part is probably the only one that really doesn't fit with like my interpretation of this thing, because they're supposedly in Japan, there's no reason Sayori would be trying to read the manga backwards. It's just kind of a funny thing. It's a nod to manga in general, because people who aren't familiar with it do tend to try to read it the wrong way, in America at least. But yeah, it actually does not make sense in context.
I do.
Yeah, it reads from right to left. You gotta start back here.
Natsuki adjusts the book so Sayori is holding it properly. Or would this be an example of the mod being too well translated? You know, I think most cases of foul-mouthed Natsuki are from people who are too used to cussing that they don't really mind the difference between minced cuss words or non-minced ones. I mean, yeah, that's basically it. They're just like, they're writing what they know, and they know cussing because a lot of people cuss.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Now in the correct position, Sayori begins to read. Natsuki watches over her shoulder intently. I try to sneak a peek as well, just so I'm not standing around doing nothing. You know, although I don't really stream DDLC, because I never know what I would really do with it. The reason I'm doing this series is partially to recover this data and, all the mission statements I made last stream, but also, because I'm adding developer commentary, and that's, I feel like something substantial I can add to it. But as far as other mods go, the reason I don't stream them is because, I feel like to properly appreciate the story of a mod, you can't really be, interrupting it to talk to chat or whatever the heck is going on. It's just, I think they're much better suited, delivered as stories in the Let's Play format, is basically what that amounts to. But if I were the sort to stream DDLC, I think one of the fun things I would do is have a swear jar for Natsuki, where every time she swears we just put a quarter in the jar and see how much money we have by the end of the mod or something. This is another detail that's funniest to leave ambiguous. Let's see, the reading manga backward part is honestly so DDLC core. I don't know precisely what you mean, but I will tentatively agree. After a while, Sayori has read the first couple chapters. It seems like she's enjoying it. Eventually, she closes the book and hands it back to Natsuki.
Well, what do you think?
It was... nice.
Just nice? Come on, you must have more to say than that.
I don't know, it's a cute story and I like the characters. It's just a little slow.
Well, yeah, the first volume kind of drags a bit. That's because they gotta set everything up. Books aren't about instant gratification, you know. Sometimes it's a slow boil. If you give it time, it just gets better and better. I'm sure you'll love it if you stick with it.
Don't worry, I trust you. I'm just dabbling today, so... well, maybe I'll read more of it later.
If you didn't like it, you can just say so.
So here's Natsuki jumping to conclusions because she thinks Sayori's just being polite.
No, that's not it at all.
Yeah, she's just exploring her options. Don't take it personally.
Well, when you're ready to try again and give it a real chance, you know where to find me.
Got it. Thanks, Natsuki. It was really nice of you to share.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, Sayori.
But even the hyper-suspicious Natsuki cannot resist Sayori's peacemaking capabilities. Who should we ask about literature? Well, I guess there's only one option. Shiro. Let's go visit Shiro. He might have something interesting for you.
But isn't he more into video games than books?
For some mods, the Natsuki swear jar would be updated like every other line. Yes, I think the worst example I saw was probably Downpour, but she's such a foul mouth in so many mods. I've played games with as much text as normal books before. I'm sure he has too. I'm sure he has too. I can read words.
Alright, I'll give him a chance.
Sayori and I walk over to where Shiro has his laptop set up. He's typing away rapidly, but still notices us regardless.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi, Shiro. We were hoping you could help me with something.
Oh, what sort of something might that be?
Sayori's experimenting with different kinds of literature. You got anything for her?
In terms of actual books? Nah, not really. But if you can keep an open mind, perhaps I can show you a VN.
I guess that would be okay. I only have experience with one visual novel.
It's DDLC. Well, here, let me get you started. I think I know one you'd like.
Shiro runs a program on his laptop and turns it towards Sayori. A cutesy intro begins playing in the game window as a pleasant tune drifts out of the computer.
Oh, how do I play?
It's all mouse and keyboard, just click to advance.
Sayori names her character and begins a new game. It's pretty bog standard at first. Once Sayori meets her childhood friend in the game, I know exactly which VN Shiro chose.
Why is my best friend a bird?
That's the gimmick of this VN. All the dateable characters are represented by different birds. Except one guy who is actually a real pigeon.
That's so silly. This is great.
This VN is Hatoful Boyfriend, for those who don't know. Now fully invested in the game, Sayori eagerly continues onward. Sayori plays for a while, meeting the various avian love interests. She seems especially fascinated by their human counterparts that can be seen on certain screens. They're beachy as heck, man, I tell ya. Eventually, she clears the introduction sequence and reaches her first big choice.
What do I do now?
You have to pick one of the options it gives you. Those determine which route you go on.
Oh, so who I'll spend the most time with?
Precisely. You've met the characters, so you have to choose which one to aim for. Then you can watch your relationship unfold.
Girls like this game, and I will never understand why, and that has to be okay. I just think it's funny.
Oh gosh, but they're all so lovable. Is there any way I can just be friends with everybody?
It depends on the VN. Some let you take a neutral route, too. Otherwise, you have to save the file and make multiple runs through the game.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Sayori ponders for a moment, floundering between her choices. Eventually, she backs away from the laptop, looking flustered.
I can't decide. It's too much pressure.
This is like kind of silly, but also kind of cute to me.
I think I'll just leave it here. From this spot, anything's possible.
That's one way to look at it. Did you have fun?
I did, yeah. Thanks for letting me play, Shiro.
You know, as a slight note before we let it slip away here. One thing, I haven't actually played Hatoful Boyfriend myself. I saw like a couple Let's Play videos of it a long time ago, back when people were like, lol, look at this thing. But like, one thing I do know about it is that if you try to do this, if you try to just be friends with everybody, you go like neutrally, it gets you a bad ending because like you get killed by bird ninjas or something. It's so great.
Happy to share. Let me know if you ever want to continue or try another.
Sure thing.
And yeah, there is also like some slight irony that Sayori's choice would lead to her untimely demise. Looks like that's everybody then.
Yeah, unless you have something you want to share.
Sayori, you know I definitely don't.
Well, we hope this helped broaden your horizons too.
I don't know.
Before I can make any lame excuses, Monica calls out to get the group's attention.
Okay, everyone, it's time to wrap up for today.
What? Already?
Uh-huh. Sorry, I need to head home to finish off a big project for tomorrow.
I think that's pretty standard affairs. Standard affairs of what?
But before I dismiss you guys, I need to talk to you all about my plans for the club next week. What's going on next week? Something a bit bold. Basically, I wanted all of you to have the chance to contribute to the club in your own way.
It's so nice to see how joyful everyone gets sharing their interests. It's fitting they all get to feel that way on a Sayori route. Yeah, and like, they always just kind of keep to themselves, like, particularly Natsuki and Yuri in the main game. So, them getting to, like, open up about their passions and stuff, it's like, well, like, even on Natsuki's route in the base game, she admits that, like, she doesn't really share her manga with anyone. No one's interested, nobody asks, so, like, that's something special for her. And Yuri is super reclusive, so it would be something unique for her, too. Shiro is the least into books, and yet somehow his choice had zero conflicts compared to some others.
So every day next week, each of you will be club president for 1 day apiece.
And there's the plot hook.
What? You're just handing over control of the club?
An ironic statement.
Just a single day for each of you, yes.
Well, what's the point if it's just for 1 day?
I'm kind of wondering myself. Isn't that a bit arbitrary?
Not as much as you might think. Since you'll be president, you'll also be choosing our activity for the day. So I need you to come up with something fun for us to do on your turn. Try to do some brainstorming over the weekend so you're ready when the time comes. It will also show you what it's like to be in my shoes, so it should be rather enlightening.
And if Sayori wasn't worried before, she certainly is now.
Oh, Monica, could I talk to you in private for a sec? Is it important, Sayori? Yeah, urgent, actually.
Monica and Sayori slip off to a corner of the room. The rest of the group is chatting amongst themselves. I don't mean to eavesdrop, but my curiosity gets the better of me. I sneak a little closer and listen carefully. They're already mid-conversation when I can hear. I couldn't just let this slip by.
What do you think you're doing? Be great if we're gonna try not to screw this up. Couldn't that cause some real problems here? Look, I know it's risky. Trust me, I do. But seeing how well you've handled it, the others might just be okay. They deserve to know, don't you agree? Well, yeah, but what about the player? Will they be alright with that? I think they'd be on board. They may want it to happen anyway. And if they don't, it's kind of their choice regardless. If anything, I'm more concerned about how the rest will react. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. You don't think they'll do anything drastic, do you? I don't know what to expect, but we must be prepared to support them. You're already in the know, and you'll be getting a refresher. So I'm really counting on you to help them get through this. I'm sorry to put so much pressure on you, but I just don't see any other way. Oh, alright, I'll do my best for their sake.
I think it's Sayori's caring about the rest of the club that overrides her resentment for Monica in this moment. She's like more worried about them than she is about her petty grievance. Although I guess you wouldn't really describe it as a petty, huh? And it's a perfectly legitimate grievance.
Just try not to worry. I'm not even sure this will work yet. If it does, they'll all become aware, and we can figure things out after that. Okay, I hope you know what you're doing. I wish I could say that I do.
Monica and Sayori make their way back toward the group. I have no idea what I just overheard, but I pretend to be nonchalant about it. I love this reaction from MC. It's like, it's just like this first time really witnessing a truly meta conversation with like no holds barred, but they still don't let anything specific slip that would like tip him off. And he's just like, well, that was weird. Come on, girls, answer your own present for a day is a cute way to spend a week. Yeah, it's such a great gimmick. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, sorry to keep you waiting.
So what was that all about?
We just needed to figure out a few things. Right, we picked the order of who will be president on what days. Sayori will be first on Monday, Yuri will be next on Tuesday.
So soon.
Relax, Yuri, you'll have plenty of time to prepare. Natsuki will go on Wednesday, then Tip on Thursday.
This is so pointless.
Oh, give it a chance, Natsu. It could be lots of fun.
And finally, Shiro on Friday.
Okay.
When do I get to go?
Oh, sorry, Hallie, I didn't mean to forget you. Would you be alright waiting until Monday of the week after?
She had no intention of giving him the presidency. Fine by me. The less pressure, the better. MC's just chilling. No need to stress. That's the MC way.
Then I guess that's settled.
I'm getting some ideas already.
You have a while to think, so make the most of it. As for tomorrow, I have my own special activity planned, so it's not like I'm exempt. It will probably take up the full meeting, so don't expect as much free time as usual. Also, Hallie, you may still want to write a poem tonight anyway. Just because we're doing something else doesn't mean it's not important.
Monica attempting to preserve the integrity of the routes while actively effing with them. Alright.
Let's head home, Hallie. It's time for us to go. See you all tomorrow.
And we just hard cut to this scene.
Thanks for picking me again, Hallie.
You know, it's not like a conscious choice, right? I just spend time with whoever I feel like.
Well, I'm glad you felt like hanging out with me.
Gotta wonder what would happen if she did give MC the presidency. Oh, Seth. Maybe we'll find out someday. And the others a little too. How do you think it went this time?
Natsuki's manga was pretty cool. She has such a big collection. I just feel bad that poor Playgirls didn't quite click.
You gave it an honest chance. A slow beginning isn't your fault.
I was really surprised when that game Shiro let me play. Is that what special levels are usually like?
The game turns into a black hole. The density would be so great. The reason I didn't do it is because I knew it would destroy the universe, Alma. Not exactly. They kind of have a reputation for something else.
With that, we've seen it all.
Are you sure you don't want to ask Monica?
Definitely not. It's our preferences. She practically reads textbooks for fun.
Once again, this was different before. And now it's because of the strained relationship. And like, it does kind of make for a more convenient excuse. Like, before it was just kind of a funny haha thing, she doesn't like Monica's literature. But in this version of the mod, it kind of demonstrates like how far she's willing to go to avoid interacting with Monica. Let's see. MC getting presidency on the Monday after could possibly be a conclusion after everything else that happens. I don't know what that would mean, but it sounds conclusion-like. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything specific. There are some spoilers I'm okay with mentioning, like how Sayori botched the festival on purpose, and there are others I'm still gonna be cagey about. Sorry, friends. I do intend to finish this thing someday. I would consider it as game-breaking as the festival happening.
Besides, she wants to do that special thing tomorrow.
Any clue what that's about?
No idea. I'm actually kind of worried.
What for? I'm sure it's something fun.
Yeah, I just don't know with her anymore.
It'll be fine. See you tomorrow, alright?
Okay.
So this thing that's about to happen. This is one of my favorite things I did in this mod. It's so much fun. Because, like, it starts out, and it's the poem game. You've seen it 3 times before. It's been exactly like this. There's nothing to indicate that anything is wrong. And then you click a word, and it just breaks everything. I actually just had the thing choose random coordinates for everything and everyone. Like the original poem game screen was not wide enough to fit the whole window. I can't remember why exactly, but I thought it felt plenty glitchy enough to just leave this big white block over here. And even with this little black space there is it's kind of surprising how easily words end up hiding in the dark. Let's see. I would never pry for secrets for the right time. I am a patient man and I want to see how this thing ends. This was the perfect moment for this to happen. Yes. So anyway, writing a Sayori poem. Oh, and I also mentioned earlier about how the poem game blams words after they've appeared once. This poem game specifically does not. This version of it will reuse words, and sometimes you even see the same word twice on the page. That's actually to make it a little easier, because like then you can reuse words you know work for the doki you're going for. Anything hiding in the dark. Oh, see, there's adventure. Bet you couldn't spot that one before I highlighted it. Let's go with cheer. The little glitch noises don't mean anything. Oh, and this like blurry Monica sprite, I actually just got that from the shimejis, the DDLC shimejis. I just took one frame of Monica's crying animation. I was like, this is perfect, and I sized it up by like 150% or something, so that's why it's all blurry. But you know, glitches. They excuse it looking crap. We gotta get through this. Friends. Childhood. And I just borrowed this effect from the main game where it just adds ones. That one poem in Act 2 where it does that. Look at that. 3 words all stacked up on top of each other. Oh, and there's 2 of them here. I can't even see what the other one is. Just whistle. Drop. Epic. It's gonna like... I think Wish is Sayori. Oh, nope, that's Monica. The first time I saw this, I guessed that it didn't matter what you choose. I was wrong, and that makes it even scarier. That's why I have Monica specifically mention, hey, maybe you should write a poem. So that you're less likely to be like, I'll just click around randomly. But, you know, there are going to be indicators in the finished game of like what routes you have and haven't like fully completed. So even if you got through this and didn't like see the full version of a route or something, you'll have like a tracker later that helps you know what you still need to go for. This game is going to have like 5 freaking endings, because there's the ending in Act 7, and then there's the conclusion of Act 8, and then there's like some post-game stuff you can do too. That might be a little bit spoilery, but I don't mind, because it's just generic enough to keep you guessing. Like, what could possibly be post-Act 8 and all that fun stuff? Hurt is a Sayori word, because it's not dark enough for Yuri. Like, hiding down in the HUD. Silly demon. Oh, my goodness. Tears. See, we already used tears earlier. Fear. I don't think forgive will trigger off of this poem. Maybe we'll have to try that. We'll keep an eye out for forgive in future glitch poems. Independent, misery, lipstick. I don't think any of these are Sayori words. Oh, rainbow. We found one. Hooray! Will post game have a fishing mini game? No. It will not have a fishing minigame. That one I am perfectly fine spoiling. I'm sorry to all the fishing enthusiasts in the DDLC fandom. There will not be a fishing minigame. Defeat. Hey, that was a Sayori word. Yay, got it. Everyone, they still jump. That one still works. Let's see. Is Courage Sayori? No, that's him. He is surprisingly courageous for a guy like him. Thankful. Oh, nope, that's you. Still Sayori jumps. You like that word. Okay, we got Sayori. Oh, yes, the fake error. I've been so used to getting, like, real errors in other Renpai games that, like, this one actually threw me for a split second. What was the process like with making this broken poem game? It was actually pretty simple, because, like, it was only just a matter of, like, well, the poem game normally has, like, the coordinates laid out for each of the words and stuff where they're supposed to appear, and I just had it randomize that instead.
Oh no, what went wrong? Wait, I can fix this. I just forgot the colon. Really?
That one's for all you scripters out there.
Okay, it should work now. I have to restart to recompile. Oh, dang it, come on. Fine, jeez.
I think it actually does reset the mod. Like that utter restart thing is an actual function in Renpai, and it does that here.
Okay, everyone. Happy Friday. Are you ready for our special club meeting?
Allie, you're missing a label. No, Monica is.
I don't get what's so special about it.
Well, apart from the activity you've chosen for us.
I'm sure it will be, interesting.
Yeah, what exactly did you have in mind? So I had fun with this, because like after 3 default DDLC scares, Shiro comes in and he's perfectly normal, but apparently at this resizing you can actually see the tell. The sprite is starting to tear ever so slightly, and then it just comes in and walks right through him.
I'm curious to know as well.
And then she leaves her hazy eyes on his head, creating this cursed abomination.
Just wait and see. We'll actually be going to another room for this, so if you'll please follow me. Where are we going? Not too far, just down the hall here.
Is there a specific reason we couldn't do this in the club room?
It'll make sense when we get there and I explain. In fact, this is the spot right here. The music room. That's right, go on in.
I love watching Monica's face while all that is happening. It's fun. I had a lot of fun with that. Even if, like, 3 out of 4 of them were just default things. I'm really glad we got a music room in Plus. But I did like the music rooms I was using before. I want to say the previous versions of Take-Two still have those old music rooms in them. But, like, they're unavailable at the moment because they were hosted on RPGmaker.net before it went down like over a year ago, and they're still trying to sort that out to this day. So I've been thinking about like asking them if I could have somebody like hook me up with that, because they still have all the site's data. They're still in there. They're just not accessible for me. But I didn't really have it like a priority. But yeah, that's where all the legacy versions of Take-Two are and why they can't be gotten right now. Guys, is anyone else feeling a little off today? Just watching her panic, lol. We had your eye prepare for Tiffany.
Welcome to my workspace.
I imagine this is where you practice piano.
It is, and as it so happens, that's the reason we're here.
Oh, are you gonna play for us?
Nope, sorry, I have something else in mind.
You don't expect us to play it, do you?
Not exactly. I have sort of a little puzzle for you to solve.
A puzzle, eh?
Yes, I was thinking of ways I could combine with my other interests with literature, and this is what I came up with. Basically, the notes on a keyboard each have a letter assigned to them. They range from A through G, then loop back over again.
Dang, what's up that G key?
Unfortunately, it's a little out of tune.
The website I got those sound effects off of, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, their G note just had that weird little crah noise in it. And I was like, you know what? I don't feel like finding another set that's clean. I'll just make a little gag out of it.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone knows letters correspond to notes, so what's the literature angle?
Well, obviously you can also use letters to spell words. So the task I have for you is this. I want you to play all the 3-letter words you can think of on the keyboard. Oh, but that's so many words. 24 in all, to be precise. Remember, you're only using the letters A through G. But I'll only make you find half of them to say you passed.
No problem. I'm sure we can handle this.
I think it could be fun. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do it, Noni.
Glad to hear you're on board. So, here goes nothing.
I don't know how many people were surprised to have new minigames in this mod, but I hope this one gave them some level of surprise when it first happened. Playing the piano and tuning the piano are two wildly different skill sets. They really are. But yeah, here, listen close to the G noise. Did you catch it? Could you hear the craw? Anyway, let's just get this out of the way. British people don't know why this is a bad word.
You're not wrong, but I won't count that through this word.
But the funny thing about this one is that it sorts to the bottom of the 8 non-word pile, so it kind of tells you there are 7 other words that don't work. Let's see if I can remember them all. I know there's like Deb. That's an accepted abbreviation of debutante, which is really strange. There's also Dag. What was Dag? I can't remember. I know what this one was. This is the phonetic spelling of the letter C. It's like, no. And then there's the phonetic spelling of the letter D. Was ABA one? I want to say that's a foreign word that found its way into English, and that's why it's here. I'm trying to remember now. It's been so long since I did this. Ag, Deb, D. Oh yeah, F. The phonetic pronunciation of F. I can't remember what this word is now. I want to say it starts with a B. I know another one was like... Another one of these was the accepted shortening of a different word. I don't think it was Dag. Yeah, it was something else. Yeah, I'll just keep going with like the actual words for now. Gab is just staring you in the face all along, and then you reverse it and get bag. That was bad. And fed is a word that Natsuki jumps for because haha. Same with Dad. Good old. Let's see. There's Ace and it's really easy to forget these after a while. G would have been the phonetic pronunciation of the letter G, but it's also a word in its own right. Same with B. It gets harder as we go on. WTF? What do you mean WTF? What did I say that prompted you to WTF me? Let's see. Gad. I'm blanking. Wait, no. Gag. There's gag.
Yeah, you did it. Just click fast when you've had enough.
I can only imagine how how many people have had enough by this point. Let's see. There's dab. I will not make the chibis dab. I remember that ba sound is in the base game somewhere, but I can't remember for the life of me where it is. It's in the poem game. On Act 2, sometimes when you click a poem word, if you click a glitch word, it sends you to the glitch poem, and then if you click those, sometimes you'll get the ba. I believe that's where it was. I want to say there's another A. Age. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. Ba, back. We got bad, which might be how some people feel about this game. There's another BA word, so let's see. Oh yeah, it's bay. You might think that would be considered slang, but it's not. It's not. Let's see. There are other BE words, perhaps. We got beg. Let's get beg in there. This is gonna bug me, man. Oh, I remember. It's keg. the accepted shortening of Cagoule, I think it is. Cagoule. Yeah, feed. You're not supposed to help me. I remember the oh, no, you already read that. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so that's all the F words, or is it? No, there's still some with A. There's fad. And fab. There's a... B has like a deceptive number of ones. We didn't... No, we did that already. Where did B? Oh, ebb. Let's get ebb in there. Get some E ones. Ebb and egg. Hooray! Only 2 left. I'm pretty sure they're both B words. Just did bang. Maybe it's not a B word. Could they be A words? Could they be D words? They would have to both be DA words. Then I don't think that works because there's no da. Yeah, no, they have to be B words. Can't remember. No. I'm foiled by my own minigame. Oh, my mouse teleported. Easy does it there, mouse. I already did bed and B and beg. It couldn't possibly be a BE word. Oh, I'm missing C words. I'm so dumb. Cab. Cab and cad. That's all of them.
Alright, you got them all. I'm so proud of you.
We got them all, There is a variable in the game that keeps track of whether you fully complete the minigames or not. I just haven't quite decided what I want to do with it in the main game. They're going to, like, unlock something. I'm just not sure what I want that something to be.
There we go. I knew you could do it. That was pretty fun, but kind of tough.
These things always seem easy until you're actually doing them.
Cab, I already figured it out all now. I was faster than your stream play responses. Lamau. I remember the first time I saw this, I was reading the custom dialogue series and I grabbed a separate tab to try and get all the words. Nice!
It's amazing what can slip your mind when you're in the moment.
I know, right?
Well, I enjoyed that little quiz.
I suppose you're expecting similar things from us on our own days as president.
Exactly. Our activity can be whatever you want, but you can think of this as a primer.
Single bonus line of dialogue. Yeah, that's your reward. For now.
I want you to do your best and come up with some really unique ideas. And with that, the meeting is adjourned. See you all on Monday.
Have a good weekend, Bonnie.
Yeah, see ya.
It totally worked. Well done, Monica. Oh, Sayori, this isn't how today was meant to go at all. Huh? What do you mean? Well, we were supposed to have a normal club meeting, but instead we did all this. Well, yeah, that's what you decided we would do, so... Sayori, don't you get it? I replaced Friday. I changed out its script for something I made.
I just love that statement so much.
Whoa, what? That's crazy!
She used to be more shocked than angry, but now she's angry because it's like Monica's taking things that could destabilize their reality.
Are you nuts? Why'd you do that? It's kind of a test. It will be important for how things go next week. Okay, as long as you're being careful. I understand the concern, trust me. If things go according to plan, we should all be better off. And it's looking up already. Have a fun weekend, Sayori. Don't forget to make a game plan for Monday. Alright, I'm up first. I'll have to figure something out. Are you ready to go home, Hallie? Hallie?
It is very deliberate that he did not have any lines throughout any of that. It's Saturday. Time to decompress after a long week of school. Also love this, the hard cut to the weekend scene. It's like, none of that happened. None of it mattered. We're just gonna brush it off like it's not even a concern. Normally, I'd be inside playing video games or watching anime, but today I felt like going for a walk. Is MC not observing all this? I know, he's broken and all. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of part of my personal interpretation of how the MC works. And you can kind of observe, like there's a basis for it in canon. In Act 2, MC becomes less and less responsive. And then eventually, like, all you get out of him are, like, one-word lines like Natsuki ran away after Yuri's death and all that. it like becomes a bare minimum of inner monologue, and he stops like responding so much. So like his existence is more rooted to the script than the other characters. In a way, like the script is his personality because he doesn't have a character file. So like whenever she does that, she like doesn't account for what he should be doing, and therefore he doesn't have any direction. I'm sure the boy will be fine. Yes, he will be totally fine, haha. I take a deep breath of fresh air. I really should get out more often. Before I can lament my shut-in nature for too long, I spot a familiar figure on the street.
Holly, what are you doing out here?
Good question. Even I'm not sure. He's really legitimately not.
I saw you leave the house, so I came to see what's up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like walking today. It's also kind of funny. This line sort of implies that like when MC doesn't have the direction of the script, he kind of just goes on autopilot and is like might wander off in some random direction or something.
Well, would you like some company on your walk?
Actually, I was about to go back home.
Oh. Do you like some company at home?
You know you're always welcome at my place.
Yay, let's go!
Sayori and I walked back home. I spent enough time outdoors anyway. All of like 2 minutes.
So, is there anything you want to do?
Honestly, I'm down for whatever.
Your room is so much cleaner than mine.
That's just left over from last week when I had company. Although it's also true in general.
You meanie, why can't you be my janitor service?
I don't think I need to answer that.
Well, you may keep your room spick and span, but what about in here?
Sayori throws open my closet door, triggering a minor landslide of laundry and other junk. This is one of those moments where what the text describes does not match up with the background, because if you look very closely at the space you can see in his closet, it's actually really empty. There's like these 2 hangers that don't appear to have any clothing on them, and there's just nothing all the way down. I like how you get Sunday in the base game and Saturday in Take-Two. It feels full circle in a way. Oh yeah, I guess that is a thing. Some time ago, I was reading about situations where our minds can fill in the explanations for our actions, even when the explanation is wrong, but we're still satisfied with it. MC is doing the same. Yeah! I imagine he was out getting groceries when the autopilot turned off. Yeah. She turns around with a triumphant smirk. Oh no, my girlfriend discovered I'm secretly a slob.
Don't worry, I won't leave you over it.
Haha, you're lucky I wouldn't either. That's a jab at her having a dirty room. Sayori turns her attention back to my closet. She seems to spot something inside.
Hey, I remember this.
Remember what? Hey, don't go digging around in there. Ignoring me, Sayori reaches inside my closet and pulls out a box of checkers. I leave it open to interpretation as to why MC might be concerned about Sayori digging around in his closet. I have hidden Easter eggs in that opening in the closet before, like Yuri hiding in there in a scene where she had no lines. That's kind of funny. I've thought of doing stuff like that before too, but I never really made like a mod where that sort of scenario would come up. A box of checkers. Oh wow, I forgot that was in there.
We used to play this all the time when we were younger. Would you like to try it now for nostalgia's sake?
Aren't we a bit old for this?
You're never too old to have a little fun. Come on.
So, Sayori playing checkers here is actually a reference to the original, air quotes, Sayori After story that was called Forever and Ever. Because, like, they were trying to ape off of Monica After story a little bit at the time, and where Monica had chess to play, they incorporated, like, a checkers minigame that you could play with Sayori in that mod. So, this is a direct reference to that, but I also think it's kind of funny that, like, well, it's always like a little intelligence joke, isn't it? Chess versus checkers. The smart people are playing chess, the dumb people are playing checkers. And here's Sayori playing checkers where Monica prefers chess. Let's see, it depends on the project. Better for a humor-focused one than a story like this. Well, I think it could also work in, like, a more serious one, because, like, if MC was with a girl in his room or something, and then another girl came over unexpectedly and he didn't want her to get caught, she could, like, hide in the closet while he's talking to the person and have them go away or something. That kind of situation, I wouldn't put it beyond the possibilities of a serious mod. But it definitely works well for joke projects. Anyway, Sayori has already opened the box and is setting up the pieces. I sigh and sit down on the floor opposite her.
It's all coming back to me. I hope you're ready to lose, Hallie.
Yeah, I bet I can remember all your tricks. After about an hour, we fit in several rounds. I've been winning consistently, though Sayori has gotten craftier with each attempt. Dang it, I can picture this. After pondering the board carefully, a wide grin crosses her face.
Yes, I know exactly what to do!
She happily skips her piece around the board, executing a combo even I didn't see coming. I barely have any moves left, and what few there are can't save me.
I finally got you!
It only took you 4 games, but yeah.
Hey, can't you be proud of my accomplishment?
Well, the game isn't that complex.
Shush, there's plenty of strategy involved. If you're so sure, why don't we go again? One last time.
Nah, I'm getting kinda tired of it.
Oh, fine.
I start to pack up the game. Sayori helps me gather the pieces.
So you want this back in your closet?
Yeah, return it to the depths from whence it came. Bury it under some laundry while you're at it.
You gotta do that laundry sometime, you know.
Says the girl wearing the same outfit for the 3rd time this week.
I cleaned it since last time, meanie.
Sayori tosses the checkers back into the closet, never to be seen again. She shoves the remainder of the stuff that spilled out back in and firmly shuts the door.
So, what do you want to do now?
I shrug. Nothing specific comes to mind. There are a lot of things we could do. And just the thought of doing them with Sayori feels a little strange. Did we really drift that far apart? We sit in an awkward silence for a moment. Eventually, Sayori speaks up again.
I know something we could do.
Sayori raises her arms in a way that's all too familiar. Oh no. Sayori, don't you dare!
Tickle fight!
Sayori pounces toward me. There's no escape. I'm already doomed. You know, one of the things I've been meaning to change in this mod is I'm going to, follow my own advice that I give to everyone else who does auto-ending text boxes. I'm going to, slow the text here and let them actually get cut off by the next line. It doesn't happen a lot, but anytime, I had a line that ended with a hyphen, that's basically where that would be appropriate. Anyway, Sayori pounces toward me. There's no escape. I'm already doomed. I struggle to evade her, but she's just too quick. She knows all my weak spots, too. Ah! No, stop it! I try to fight back, but can't get anything in without leaving myself open. Meanwhile, she tickles back relentlessly. Her weakest spots are hard to hit, so I can't get anywhere. It's pretty deep into Interview Club, but you do eventually find out all the Doki's tickle weaknesses because Sayori investigates them to answer one of the questions. And if I'm not mistaken, her secret was that it's her feet that are ticklish, so if she's standing up, it's hard to tickle her where she's most vulnerable. I make an evasive dive from my bed. She's on top of me in an instant.
I've got you now.
Sure enough, Sayori has pinned me against my back. She's not that heavy, but I can't exactly push her off. Actually, in this position, we're... And this is just kind of acknowledging how awkward it is for people of their age to be doing something like this. Because, something mods tend, or in the fandom in general, tends to do a lot with her is make her, genuinely childish. But, we know a lot of that is just a show she puts on for MC. And it's, kind of debatable how much of it is, part of her personality, like we suggested with the masking stuff we talked about last stream. But whenever, things get a little too mature for them, that kind of snaps them out of it how awkward it actually is. That hyphen happened in the most impactful in the original game, and nobody even bothered to do it correctly, SMH. That hyphen happened in the most impactful, I guess you meant way in the original game, and nobody even bothered to do it correctly, SMH. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Alma. Sayori seems to notice, too, momentarily halting her attack.
We haven't had a play fight in forever. It's probably been longer than when we last played checkers.
I'm sure it has. There's another moment of silence between us, although Sayori is still on top of me. Eventually, she rolls off into a sitting position. I sit up next to her.
I guess I really am feeling nostalgic. There are so many things we used to do. Why did it ever have to change, Hallie?
Sayori gives me a sad, longing smile. I can tell she missed this a lot. Well, I guess we grew up and moved on. We can't play like kids forever. It'd be weird. And for most of it, I just lost interest.
You don't think...
Sayori falters over her question. I have an inkling as to why.
that you lost interest in me, do you?
And there it is. I try to choose my next words carefully. No way, it had nothing to do with you. We both grew out of a lot of things. That's only natural, right? This is another area where I adjusted the dialogue to make MC a little less sagely wise. I was referring to the hyphen at the end of dialogue thing that skips the dialogue. It happened in the sayonara scene. Yeah, I guess that one does end on its own. Because, like, as soon as you open the door, he's like, Sayori, and then it cuts. And we found new things to replace them. That's all that really changed. I mean, we may have gotten a little distant, but we never stopped being friends.
But that's what scares me. If we came apart so easily on our own, can we even stop it from happening again?
Once more, I find myself unsure of what to say. It's true we haven't been this close in a while, but is it our time she's dwelling on, or us? Sayori, I think you're worried about the wrong thing. We're a couple now. There shouldn't be anything we can't share. It's okay if our interests aren't the same, because we're here for each other. And as long as we still care, it'll be enough to keep us together. Sayori takes a moment to consider what I said.
So, you're not afraid we'll change too much?
Not at all. It's different with people. Just because I gave up some stuff doesn't mean I'm done with you, too. It's not like you stayed a kid, even if you act like one sometimes. And honestly, I'm glad you still have your playful side. It's a nice change of pace.
Then, you'll be alright with us growing up into boring, stuffy adults.
I'm not sure we ever could.
I just don't want to lose what we have. I want us to stay close.
I smile and put my arm around her shoulder reassuringly. Of course we will. You're my girlfriend for a reason, Sayori. Our bond may have weakened, but now it's stronger than ever. I'm very lucky to still have you around.
Aw, Hallie. I guess I'm afraid it's not going to last. That something or someone will come between us.
Whether she means the player or like the other people in the club, you can decide on that one. It kind of refers to both. What makes you say that?
I don't know.
You have nothing to fear. I accepted your confession. From here on out, we're only going to grow closer, no matter what may come.
You always know just what to say. Thank you, Hallie. It means a lot to me.
Sayori gets up from the bed.
And thanks for having me over, too.
Now, I didn't quite point it out so much over the course of this exclusive, but there are a bunch of times where Sayori has, like, sad eyebrows to indicate that, like, her mask is slipping a bit. Because, like, this is another part where people were like, oh, she just gets randomly depressed. No, she's, like, kind of been trying to fight it. I would say it's, like, maybe a milder bout of depression that she's experiencing at this moment. But I tried to indicate it here and there with the eyebrows. It was nice to visit again after such a long time. We should do this more often.
Yeah, we should.
Are you ready to go, then?
Well...
Suddenly, the smile vanishes from Sayori's face.
I can't keep pretending, Hallie. It's getting too hard. I just can't.
Sayori, what's wrong? Is it another rain cloud?
They won't go away, Hallie. This week was so much better, but they still came back. They'll never stop. I'll just be stuck like this forever.
What caused it, though? Did something happen? Or was it because of me?
Hallie, you don't get it. Depression doesn't always have a cause. It slowly comes and goes like a storm rolling through, and it can stay for a really long time. It blocks out the sunlight until you can't see the good in anything. It lets up now and then, but sometimes it just feels like the eye of the storm. The only part that's for sure is it always comes back.
So it's chronic, then. Well, there must be something we can do about it. If you're aware of it, then you know not to listen to those thoughts, right?
It doesn't work like that either. Being conscious of it doesn't make it go away. When all you see around you is so bleak and miserable, it's hard not to give in.
But you haven't yet. You've been fighting it for years, so you must know better by now.
I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense. If anything, it makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. I don't want to believe it, but I can't help it. Always feelings the same. Things, how useless I am, how I only ruin everything. How the best I can do for anyone is to just stay away.
No, Sayori, you can't really think that.
Why not? It's so obvious.
Because it's not true. You aren't seeing a clear picture. Look, I can show you all the good that you do.
But you can't, Holly. You don't know how. You have no idea what you're doing, and you can't help me.
I stand there stunned by her words. I open my mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. It's as if what she said knocks the wind right out of me. I get a sinking feeling that she's right. Whenever I was revising this scene to go a little more in depth with her depression, I legitimately could not think of something to have MC say at this point. Because, like, there really is nothing he can say, and she is correct that he can't help her. And that's kind of the point. Like, he kind of muscles through a lot of the original game and this game with, like, his unnatural protag charisma is how I would describe it. But, like, when it hits up against something this serious, it's just not enough. She stares at me in silence as I flounder for any consolation and find none. Before long, she speaks again.
You know, it doesn't really matter whether what I feel is true or not. Because there's one thing I'm totally certain of, no doubt about it. That if I stay with you, it's just going to hurt you too.
I want to cry out in protest, but yet again it seems like she's right. With such an intense and persistent condition, it's sure to impact anyone around her. Even so, I can't let it stand. If I really care about Sayori, I mustn't let this stop me. Sayori, I get what you mean, but I need you to trust me. I might not be able to help, but we'll find someone who can. We can get you a therapist, or medication if you need it.
I don't know. I'm not sure what I need exists in this world.
This is her talking about, like, the limitations of DDLC itself, and, like, legitimately not being sure if, like, those resources would be available to her in this context. MC has a knack for finding the right thing to say even when it's unlikely, but sometimes there's nothing. Correct. Don't be silly. Lots of people struggle with depression. I'm sure we can find something for you easily enough. And besides, you have me to take care of you now.
Don't you understand? If you're at my side trying to help, but I'm dragging you down, holding you back. I'm just a burden to you. I'll only ruin your life.
No, Sayori, you're the one who doesn't get it. This isn't you being a burden or dragging me down. It's me lifting you up. Helping you feel better will make me happy too. Being there for you in your time of need is the least I can do. And I want to be there for you because I love you, Sayori, even more than I realized. Our relationship is new, but I can feel something strong between us already. Whatever challenges lay ahead, I know we can face them together. This moment's a little different too, if you didn't accept her confession earlier. This is the moment he realizes he does love Sayori, even if he did turn her down before. As your partner, that's my promise to you. So please, lean on me as much as you need. I'll support you in any way I can.
Allie!
Sayori hugs me tightly, trying to stifle her sobbing. Hush, Sayori. It'll be okay.
I was so confused, Hallie. Last week, when you told me you loved me, I couldn't understand how I felt. It hurt so much. Why is it different now? I thought I was losing my mind before. But now, I only feel warm. So warm.
We hold each other in silence for a moment. Our hearts are beating in sync. I feel her grip slacken a bit, then tighten back again.
Hallie, are you sure you really love me? It's not just because you know me or feel sorry for... I couldn't bear if...
Sayori, I won't leave you any doubt. I hold Sayori close and give her a deep, passionate kiss. At least, that's how I hope it is. I'm not exactly experienced at this. She doesn't resist or pull away. It all just feels right. So this little bit right here, I feel her grip slacken a bit and then tighten back again. This is like the root insecurity that Sayori has about her relationship with MC. That she doesn't know, like especially because of its proximity to her depression confession in the original game, that she doesn't know if he really does just pity her. She wants his love legitimately, not to have just like coerced him into it, basically. But even though all of this was like totally legit from him and her, this is like her depression not allowing her to accept that love for what it is. I gaze upon her tear-stained face and lose myself in her big blue eyes. Do you believe me now?
Hallie, I'm so lucky to have you.
I'm lucky to have you too. Always remember that, okay?
I will. I promise I will.
We finally release each other, but Sayori's smile is still bittersweet. I try one last time to reassure her. I won't lie, Sayori. I know I can't fix you just by loving you. A line I wish more mods would recognize. This was more of a problem in the early days when people were like, just, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. But, seriously, it was so tacky anytime their love for her cured her depression or whatever. But you're the most important person in my life, and I will always be here for you. Just like I told you before, alright?
Thank you, Hallie. Thank you so much. I think it's time for me to go.
You want to head out? Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry. This is all I need for now. I'll see you on Monday, okay?
Alright, but you're welcome to come back sooner if you like.
Right.
I follow Sayori to the door and watch as she returns home. I smile to myself as I reflect on the day's events. I said I was her boyfriend before, but now it feels like it's real. I wouldn't have told her so if I didn't think it was true. Love is a treatment, not a cure. Yes. But since it feels official, I am determined to give her the love she deserves. These thoughts wander through my mind as the hour grows late. I'll show her my feelings are genuine every chance I get. Sayori, you and I will find a brighter future together.
He's finally asleep. Hello, Hallie. No, not protagonist Hallie. I mean specifically you. I've been meaning to check in with you all week, but things have been so busy. It's alright. I'm not here to cause any trouble. I just want to see how you're doing. Are you having fun? Is this going any better than it did before? Is there anything you're worried about?
The worries list. Sayori.
Why? Because her depression came back? Well, not that it ever really left. I promise you I had nothing to do with it this time. Her condition is chronic. She'll just have to cope with it. But your support will go a long way toward helping with that. When it comes to depression, sometimes that's all you can do. I know her week got off to a rough start as well. Did that fight you had with her in the club alarm you? Poor girl. She feels like she has to hide her true feelings all the time. In a way, I kinda know how that is. It's hard to be open with people, especially when you don't know how they'll react. Sometimes it's easier to pretend everything's fine than to deal with the conflict directly. But that just results in bottled up emotions, and you can't contain them forever. Sayori knows Hallie well enough that she can open up to him, but she doesn't want to make him sad either. It's something she'll have to work on. It's too much to just keep to herself. She'll be alright though. She's tougher than she seems.
So funny thing about, the worries list, there are actually two versions of it, and I don't know how likely it is anyone would ever encounter the other version. But basically, there are events like that initial Sayori exclusive that would cause you, some concern. So, if you tripped any of those over the course of the week, I think it's basically tied to each Doki's bad day. But basically, if you got those, the name will still appear on this list, but it won't go the full extent that it does. Like, Monica has an extended conversation if you saw the complete route, as opposed to just one concerning scene within it. Next week.
I can see why you'd be concerned about that. Well, we're doing something pretty daring here, but ultimately I think it's for the best. If you don't want the others to become self-aware, I guess this is where you should stop. But I'm really hoping you'll cooperate with us. We literally can't do it without you, but if you need more time, I understand.
Pardon me. Goodness, where'd that come from?
Once we cross this threshold, there's no going back.
Kind of ruined the moment there. Sorry, Monty. Alright, nothing else.
Good, that's a relief. I feel like we were on the right track this time around. All that's left is to move forward. After next week, everything will change.
Yet another ironic statement.
Unless you aren't ready to move on yet.
I mean, it's not that she knew everything would change. It's just me having fun with you.
You can still try some other routes if you want. This might be your last chance to go back for them, so it's up to you. What do you say? Is it time they know the truth?
No, not yet.
That's alright. Here, we'll return to the menu for now.
And just like you get an end screen if you stick around in Sayori's hanging scene, there is an end scene like this at the end of each of these routes, implying that, at least in my interpretation, this would be like the natural end point of the game. Like, I know other visual novels can be like really long and have very extensive routes and relationships and things, but I think Doki Doki, like, there's the game that is, and then there's the game that it's implied that it is, and my interpretation is that the game that it's implied that it is actually wouldn't be like that involved or deep. So the routes ending where they do is pretty deliberate. Like, it leaves potential, I guess you could call it even sequel bait potentially. Not that I have any intention of following up on any of these routes specifically. Lo siento, amigos, they don't go any further than that. But, like, yeah, having it end there is like the natural end of the content of the visual novel Doki Doki Literature Club. At least that's how that's meant to go. Well, we've got a little bit of time here, so we can pick up and maybe at least get to the next poem game. I've seen similar end screens in other VNs, but this one feels like it's intentionally leaving you thinking, that can't be it. I would certainly agree, and like, it's definitely intentional in like the original game, because obviously that's only the end of Act 1, and like a bland black screen that just says end couldn't possibly be the end. But it's very important to, like, Dan needed to give you every possible cue to get you to click start again, so that you would continue the game and not think that was actually how it ends. Hello, Josh Patterson. Welcome to the stream. Hey, hi. I'm sorry, I just came here. What were you talking about? We're talking about my mod of Doki Doki Literature Club. That's what this whole stream series is about. We've only got like 9 minutes left for this particular iteration, but we're going to be keeping up with this for a while. It's the day of the festival. We can just hit skip. We'll pick the other things this time. Natsuki. I think I'd better help Natsuki. If you do, some cupcakes might mysteriously disappear.
Oh, you know me too well.
He does. I head over to the corner where Natsuki has her set up her display. She's fussing over the arrangement when I walk up. She doesn't notice me at first. See, I think the game that it was supposed to be go all the way beyond the fest and you get closer to the girl you choose and accept her problems. Yeah, and that's kind of what Take-Two does, just to a very limited degree. I know you were talking about your mod, but what particular I guess you meant aspect, were you talking about? We were talking about how the routes end, and like it's the intentional ending of the routes and not like just a cop-out or whatever. Like that's the legitimate end of the Doki Doki Literature Club content, and it only goes any further than that because Monica is doing her like Act 6 shenanigans and stuff. Anyway.
Oh, Hallie. Here to see our handiwork.
It's because we helped her. It's our handiwork. After all we did to make them, I knew they'd turn out great.
They're more than great. Just look at these.
Natsuki has grouped the cupcakes by color. With all 6 kinds, they form a sort of colorful pie chart. I used to describe that differently, but I felt like it made more sense to explain it that way. I used the word pizza before, and I was like, yeah, maybe that doesn't quite do it. Each one is adorned with a different word, keeping with the theme of literature. This is another thing that other mods tend to take in a different direction. Like, most mods that I've seen do the festival, it's like they just have their own idea of what it would be, and they just roll with that without doing any fact-checking, because you have a pretty clear idea of, like, the decorations and the atmosphere and the cupcakes and the things they're going to make and the poems they're going to write. Just from, like, how it's described in the original game. And it's pretty surprising how often mods will just, like, go off on some other thing without really adhering to it. And then again, it's also perfectly understandable. Fluffy, marshmallow, pure. These words are randomly generated from Natsuki's list of words. She chose lots of cute and simple words. Oh, and on the Yuri side of things, they're also just randomly generated from Yuri's list. Cupcakes are more adjacent to pie than to pizza. Good word choice update. Thanks, man. I think that's good, too. She chose lots of cute and simple words. This is fantastic, but I do have one suggestion.
Oh yeah? This ought to be good.
I reach down to pick one up, but Natsuki grabs my hand to stop me.
Just tell me what you're thinking.
I guess it's only natural she'd be defensive of her work. Well, she's defensive of everything, bro. I could easily show her my idea, but decided to spare myself the trouble. You should alphabetize the words in each color group. Then they'll be sorted in 2 ways.
Oh, I was going to do that next, obviously. You can give me a little more credit than that. An artful display takes time.
I nod in agreement, just playing along. Do you trust me to help you with that?
Well, I'm not sure. Do you know your ABCs?
I have a pretty good grasp of them.
Then just be careful with the icing.
Let's see. So wait, the ending for all the routes ends in Act 5? I know it may sound dumb, Act 6 and 7 exists. I haven't watched or played Act 7 yet, but I thought it would expand beyond Act 5. Well, here's the thing. I enjoy how sassy she is with him in this scene. I enjoy writing Natsuki as sassy in general, but before I let this comment slip away, about the routes ending in Act 5. Yeah, the main routes end in Act 5, air quotes, end. It's a little complicated, because, well, here's like, it's the most generic, bare bones, least spoilery way I can present the plan. There's Act 5, and then there's Act 6 with the Week of Epiphanies. Act 7 is his reality, and they have to escape that situation. Then Act 8 partially consists of what's left of the routes you didn't do. And then, once you've completed all of the routes, like fully, there's a separate pass of Act 8 that you get to do that kind of ties up more loose ends and things. And I think that's all the more I want to say about it. But basically, do the routes end in Act 5? Yes and no. It's more like the routes end, but the story doesn't, and there's more to the story from the routes that comes later in the story, if you bother to get it. Anyway, Natsuki begins to sort the section closest to her, and I do the same. Between the two of us, we make short work of the task. As I'm finishing a section on the right, I see a hand sneaking in out of the corner of my eye. Like lightning, Natsuki smacks the suspending limb with a stir spoon.
Ah!
Nice try, Sayori.
You brought a spatula to school with you.
I just love that MC correctly identifies the utensil and Sayori just gets it wrong.
It's not a spatula, but yes, you never know when you'll need to touch something up. Or fiercely defend your territory.
Can I please have one?
If there are any left later on, then maybe if you're good.
You know, here's a random mention, but one of my pet peeves in mods is whenever they try to do a stressed word, but they stress the wrong letter. So, like, particularly in Grim Reality, coming up a couple times this week, they have Sayori say please, but they have it Pleas E, and I read it as please see because that's what they wrote, and it's stupid. Anyway, but what if you do all the routes in Act 5? Well, then when you get through Act 7, you can jump right into the Act 8 final route, if that's what we would call it. That's what I call it. I guess that's what it is. It's the final route. Once you get through all the routes in Act 7, the final route becomes available.
If there are any left later on, then maybe if you're good.
Did you finish helping Yuri already?
Of course, it doesn't take that long to hang a banner.
I look to the front of the room where the banner is hanging on the wall above the podium. It depicts a gradient of colors showing different periods of day from sunrise to sunset at night. It reads, "Some journeys have their own rewards," in Yuri's elegant handwriting. The quote gives me pause for thought, but I don't have very long to mull it over.
So, are you two all done here?
Like dinner.
Are you trying to make me hungry?
Hey, nobody's hungrier than...
Oop, slow down there, Natsuki, you're about to tell on yourself. I don't, Hallie, it sounds normal to me. You no, wrong.
I mean, you know what, forget it. People are gonna be here any minute now.
Everything ready over here? We're all set. Great, Yuri's taking care of the atmosphere, so all that's left is the meet and greet.
And from there, it's normal. Yarm. We'll just let this skip all the way through to the poem game. And that's where we'll drop a save for next time, because we fit this pretty cleanly in here. I guess it worked out nice. Maybe I'll put a poll up on my YouTube, and by maybe I mean definitely I'll put a poll up and see whose route should go next. I feel like it's only right to do Sayori's. Oh, let's her this time.
Wow, dude, really?
I didn't mean it like that, just...
Just what? Do I have to convince you?
Oh, don't be so inconsiderate, Hallie.
Are you really gonna say that when you're clearly outnumbered?
I'm defenseless against these girls. I meant she's just fine.
Haha, nice save.
Well then.
Skip. And then this turd comes along, and everyone's like, ugh, I guess you can join. But they didn't quite say it that way, because they're very polite people. Let's see. Are you planning on a way to see the other dialogue without playing through the entirety of Act 7, or do you have to do it all every time? Well, hold on. Let me drop a save and wrap my brain around that question real quick. Yup. Are you planning on a way to see the other dialogue without playing through the entirety of Act 7? Or do you have to do it all every time? Well, to get to the final route, you kind of have to do Act 7. I mean, it's plot important. It's too important to skip. But, like, one thing I do plan to do whenever the mod is complete is have, like, a chapter select sort of thing. So you can, like, revisit any act you wish. I don't know how exactly that will work, but I think I can do it. I just need to figure out all the ins and outs. But anyway, that is going to do it for this stream. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Doki Doki Take 2. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.